Hey guys, good morning. Um, I just got up recently. I'm so tired. Um, so I don't know what the plan is for today. I I need to upload some stuff. I might just upload today's video. I think I might have figured out the right mix for um for 4K videos, but I'll have to test it out and see. Um, and oh yeah, I want to do laundry. So those two things I think are going to be the main things I'll focus on today. So oh man, I'm so sleepy. Um oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just so out of it right now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, thanks. I'll um I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye. Good evening, guys. It's 11:24 or something. Um and man, today was I had I did a lot yesterday, and then today I just did fucking nothing. like aside from okay, I did upload today's video. And it was a 4K video. It actually looks pretty good. So I'm actually really happy that I think I've got the 4K stuff down. It's only 60 gigs, which is a lot, but also I think it's reasonable, all things considered. So, um, man, I'll tell you, the start of the day, it started out pretty reasonably. Um, I ended up eating, my veg in the morning. Um, I had a can of the cod liver, and then I was on this teetering edge of okay, I want to go out and film a video. I have this idea for this video series, side content. No idea what it's gonna actually look like, but I was like, oh, maybe I should go and start doing it today. And then I was like, I don't know. I got sucked up into YouTube and did the fucking YouTube doom clicking of just clicking videos and then listening to them and then clicking another video, and it was ended up being 2:30 or 3 o'clock, and I'm like, do I want to do? I think it was I think it was 1 or 1:30, and then there was this decision point, and I remember when I just decided to get mod pizza instead, and I got mod pizza. Right after, I got really tired. I laid in bed and listened to an audiobook for a little bit, thinking, oh, I'll just kind of chill. And then I woke up and it was 4:30, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck did I just do? I must have slept an hour and a half or something. I was so groggy. My brain was all fog. yeah, it was just like, it was awful. And I'm pretty sure I was dehydrated. I was like lacking like nutrients, and it was just, I was just off. I was having a really hard time thinking. And then I literally just played. There's this one game. It's called Sky Shard City Battler. It's just you make a little city out of random buildings, and then the buildings attack the other people's floating city, and that's the whole game. It's an auto battler. It's fine. Um, I played it for a couple hours because I was like, oh, maybe I'll just kind of fucking do this, and then yeah, I don't know. It was like 8:30, and I still feel fucking awful, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Um, and I realized I think I was really low on some electrolytes, so I actually went to the store and I got some. I got like a zero energy or 0 calorie like electrolyte drink. Uh, Immediately started feeling better after that. So I was like, okay. I was like thirsty and I was low on electrolytes. Got it. Um, and then, yeah, now we're here. And, you know, I almost didn't turn on this video. I was just kind of less like, ugh. But, you know, sometimes you just need to turn it on regardless. So, yeah. Um, Even though I didn't do much, I kind of, I'm just kind of looking and like looking at my, I literally wrote on my whiteboard, pizza equals death, because that's how I felt. Um, and I know it wasn't the pizza itself. What it was the just fat and carb like mix just kind of like knocked me out. I didn't have any like buffering, and you know, I kind of realized I had been very YOLO on my food. I've talked about this, but like I need to go back on the chronometer, and I need to plug in my food. Um, and I've really, you know, just as I've been purging everything else slowly, I need to also purge what foods I'm gonna like truly mark off the list as like these foods realistically I shouldn't be eating. Not that they can't be eaten, but that they just don't make me feel good, and they kind of snowball me in a negative way towards being lazy the next day. Because I know food definitely, you know, I've talked about this a lot in the past on how food has impacted me positively or negatively depending on what I eat. And so I think, yeah, I think it's time to really hammer down a more reasonable, sustainable diet that encompasses everything I've learned. And I've been meaning to do it, and I'm like, oh, I'll do it eventually. But no, I really do need to like work on this. It's important going forward to have, okay, no matter where I'm at, and what I need to do is I need to encompass what I've learned about travel into this food thing so that I can be consistent regardless of where I'm at. Also, I won't mention specifically the thing that popped up today, but there's something that popped up today that might be a direction for, all the stuff that I've been kind of talking about. And I'm being vague on purpose because I don't know for sure if it's going to pan out. I'll have to wait and see. I should know in the next couple days. And if if it does work out, then, I'll mention it. If it doesn't, I'll just let it go. But yeah, so we'll see. Aside from that, I yeah, I need to. So I don't want to say tomorrow I should do this thing because that always ends up getting fucked. What I need to do is I need to hammer out the food, and I need to hammer out. It's like what's the best way to describe this? I need to be rigid with some foundational stuff while being flexible with a lot of the other stuff to have that balance. And I say rigid, but I'm saying rigid in a loose sense. So an example, instead of saying, so in the past I would have said I need 4 grapes, 7 pecans, a Brazilian nut, and 200 grams of tofu, and that is a meal. And I will stick to it exactly. So in the past, that's how I would go about things. Now, what I want to do is, in Chronometer, I want to set up a loose set of vegetables as an example that I can understand, like, okay, getting a salad. This is an example. Like I used to go to Chopped when I was in North Carolina, and that was a great place. And there are like salad bars and salad restaurants and stuff that I can get salads in different places. And so what I want to do is I want to think of the type of meal and the specifics around the meal on what works and what doesn't, and kind of make it variable. So an example, if I was to, in the morning, the goal is to have a salad of some kind, whether it be steamed, whether it be fresh, whatever, but some sort of vegetable grouping. And then I want a protein, right? And it could be tofu, could be chicken, could be whatever, right? But I want to have a list of the things it could be so that then I can see the overall outline of this meal. If I do this meal the way I want it to, then the other meal later in the day can be looser in terms of if I want to go out to eat or whatever, right? And so this idea is kind of what I want to work on for the flexibility within the rigidity, in order to, so like I'm going to be really rigid about eating salad as the first thing in the day. It has to be some sort of green as the base, whether it be, going to Chop to get a salad, or doing my own like steamed vegetables, or getting them fresh from a market, or whatever, right? Vegetable in the morning is key. So this is where it's rigid but also flexible. And I think that's the perfect kind of balance, because I don't know what kind of vegetables I'll have access to at any different point throughout my journey. But I do know that I will have access to vegetables of some kind. So that's where it's like, okay. And then, figuring out a couple hours in the morning on staple things that I want to be doing every day. So like meditation, there's some other stuff I want to like maybe like film and like do that requires me to kind of set aside some time each day to do it as extra on top of the base stuff I'm doing. So like in the morning, waking up and filming within the first, like hour or so, before I get too engrossed into anything else. It could be right when I wake up, but I've noticed that if it's right when I wake up, I generally make it quick, and don't really have much to say, aside from maybe the morning, like maybe if I had a dream, which again, I need to start writing the dreams down. So there's like a lot of stuff that I've learned that I need to start slotting in so that I can have a little chunk of the day set aside for my needs. And getting those done is crucial. And I haven't really been doing that. So that's something that I feel is like vital to this like whole purging phase, is purging really the structure of, all of the like, oh, I'm just going to watch YouTube a bunch, or I'm going to just wishy-washy, whatever. Setting up a new structure that like allows for flexibility while also getting my needs taken care of, so that I have as much open space as possible while still doing the daily vlogs, doing my walks, doing the weekly setting up everything, and like also consistently keeping myself feeling happy and healthy and yada yada yada. So yeah, that's kind of the overall thoughts. But yeah, I'll talk more about it tomorrow. I'm gonna write it down on my whiteboard before I go to bed, right after this. So yeah. But yeah, I need to. It's like I've been aware that I need to buckle down more, and I've been kind of like wishy-washy, and it's like I understand part of it is being like, it's like the environment and the being tired and the like feeling, like I'm back before everything, and it's a whole thing. I've talked about it, but yeah. So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna go. Have a good night, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.